From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and multiple monthly stimulus checks under the fourth stimulus package could be here as well. In this morning's recording, I go over those monthly stimulus checks under the fourth stimulus package. Meantime, breaking news that's coming in just minutes ago as the retail sales numbers blew out all estimates from Wall Street. Also blowing out estimates from Wall Street, the new unemployment numbers came in the lowest continuing unemployment numbers we have seen since the pandemic started, as California and Virginia were among the many states that showed a massive drop of unemployment claims. The new unemployment claims this week, the best numbers you have seen since this channel has existed. And what is this impacting on Bitcoin and also tech stocks? Meantime, what does this have to do with and its impact on your fourth stimulus a day after we had blowout numbers from the banking industry? I have all that financial news and more. And this is part of the new extended lineup of programming coming to LALATE starting today. It's a big morning. I'm so excited for you. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, and the coffee is brewing. I'm here, you're here, and let's get underway with Mornings LALATE starting right now. The toast is toast and the butter is butter, and I'm here, you're here, and as we go into a new morning, we have shocking economic data that came in minutes ago, and it all impacts your stimulus. Also in this recording, I go over the $6,000 that one bill proposes to give you, the monthly stimulus checks of $1,400, the unpaid third stimulus checks of $1,400, the plus-up checks that are going out this week, 700,000 of them, in an announcement just minutes ago. I have the latest detail on that. And I also have more information about that student loan debt forgiveness of $50,000. Great news with that. And the business grants, which are now live. Wow, what a big morning it is. I see you all in the live chat. There's Shirley and Linda and Debbie. How is everyone doing this morning? How are you? Thank you for joining me on Mornings LALATE. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. Let's get right to the breaking, developing details. Your fourth stimulus check, monthly stimulus checks, is getting a push from senators and Democrats, both in the House and the Senate, and they need to get it done sooner than later, because guess what? Some more economic data came in today, and it was stronger than anyone had anticipated. They have the path. It's a reconciliation. The leader Schumer won that major ruling with the parliamentarian a week ago last Monday to do MSC, hashtag MSC, Purple Power, hashtag MSC, to do it by Votorama during the recon path and get those stimulus checks out the door. The money at issue is the biggest single payout that any viewer would have ever seen on the history of this channel, and that payout looks something like this. $2,000 a month starting in the month of July to December, finally. $1,400 a month starting in the month of July, approximately. Finally, this would pay you $8,400 or $12,000. Finally, this is the push that we have wanted for over a year. Yes, House progressives, Senate Democrats, they want to do it. They have two different paths, but the numbers at issue is the biggest payouts we've ever seen. You want to get behind this. You want to be excited. You want to be pushing, and you want to be part of this channel. You want to subscribe and become part of the push to get it done. The speed is really a big issue at hand because of economic rebounding. And minutes ago, boy, we had economic numbers like we have never seen in the history of this channel. This economy is rebounding, folks. It's rebounding very fast, and it's rebounding very quickly. And the numbers are getting better every single day. Let me tell you the breaking news. Minutes ago, the unemployment numbers came in. They were jaw-dropping, incredible. incredible round of improvement from just a week ago. Second, the new retail sales numbers through the roof. Through the roof. So you want this forced stimulus to happen as soon as possible. Let me get to the data in just a second, but let me tell you about plus-up checks before I forget about that. Plus-up checks just got an announcement minutes ago from the IRS. They're sending out 700,000 additional plus-up checks this week to Americans. What are plus-up checks for stimulus? These are people who didn't get a full $1,400, got $1,300 or $1,200 or $1,100, $900 because they thought you made too much money. They thought you made $77,000 or $78,000 based upon your 2019 tax return. But when you filed that 2020 tax return, it showed you were under $75,000 and that you qualified for the full stimulus check. Plus-up checks is a term IRS has chosen. I hate the term. Why? Because it sounds like you're getting more than just $1,400. It sounds like you're getting $1,500, $1,600. No, you're getting to plus up to bring it exactly to $1,400. That is happening minutes ago. So let me cut to the data that came in this morning. And boy, look at this data. I see a full room. There's Linda, there's Jerry, there's Mike, and there's Deborah, and there's Lynette. How are you? Good morning from Minnesota, says Lynette. Retail sales numbers. Wall Street is expecting 6.1%. Last month, the retail sales numbers were negative 2.7%. Look at this number. Look at this number. I mean, this is just shocking. Last month, we were down 3% in retail sales. And this month, we're not just down, we're up. And we're not just up at the estimate of 6%, we're up 10%. Look at this reversal. This is shocking. Down 3% last month, now up 10% this month. This economy is moving faster than $12 ice cream on sale. That was the first number. I mean, I can't even look at that number. My eyes just sort of pop out of my socket. I'm just like, what? What are we talking about here? We're down 3% retail sales last month, and now we're up 10%? Oh, my goodness. Now, it's 10% in March, not 10% in April. Again, we don't have April data yet. We don't get that till May. You know, that's Larry Kudlow math. Wow. Shocking numbers. Now, let's look at the unemployment numbers. Now, before I tell them to you, unless you saw them in the opening graphic, you've been with me since April of last year. You saw me sitting outside or inside every Thursday morning saying, oh, you know, it's another million unemployment claims. Oh, it's another 900,000. Oh, it's 700. It's 800. 700. It's 800. I never gave you a number less than 700,000. In fact, yesterday I said I've never given you a number less than 700,000 new unemployment claims every Thursday morning. And for 20-something weeks, I gave you 1 million or 1,000,001. And then when we got to 800, we thought it was a big achievement. But it's never been less than 700,000. Well, guess what happened? Let me give you the wind up. Let me give you the preview. Last week, California showed a increase of unemployment claims, and New York showed a massive increase of unemployment claims. What happened what happened today? Here's the preview. California dropped nearly 100,000 unemployment claims in just 1 week. Virginia dropped 23,000 unemployment claims in a month. Also dropping was Texas, 20,000, Ohio, 22,000. Okay, so you're ready for the big news? You saw that number. Here's the big number. OMG. New unemployment claims of 576, and Wall Street was looking for 710? Yes. This is the biggest number, the lowest number for unemployment claims, new unemployment claims since the start of the pandemic. OMG. This is the lowest new unemployment claims number since March of 2020. Wall Street was looking for 710. It beat it by nearly 200,000 in just 1 week. It's just jaw-dropping. I have the number for unemployment claims the week before. Let's look at the week before. This was last week, 744, and Wall Street thought 694. And the week before that was 728. So 728, 744 last week. We got worse last week. We got incredibly worse last week. And then California, Virginia, Texas, other states started to reopen, and bam, 576. 576. So what do we know about this? What does this tell us? It tells us a couple things. One, that unemployment claims are delayed generally about a week to 2 weeks. I had told you last week, I don't understand what's going on. California has now reopened substantially in advance of its June reopening across the board date. And I said, why are unemployment claims growing in California? It was because they're delayed. The data is delayed about a week out. So this is just shocking. You know, Texas has been open for a while, and so they're dropping 10,000, 20,000 a week. But boy, these are just shocking numbers, and the analysts are already reacting. Michael Pierce, senior U.S. economist at Capital Economics, says spending will almost certainly drop back in April as some of the stimulus boosts were off. But the vaccination rollout proceedings at a rapid rate and the household finances in strong shape. We expect overall consumption growth to continue to rebound in the second quarter, too. So he basically says, yeah, some people were spending stimulus checks. That's why you saw retail spending up in that first data, and that you're going to see the number drop back a little bit. But then after that, it will settle down. A new report from the Federal Reserve shows how people use their stimulus checks. 41% of the checks were spent, and 41% of the checks were saved, and the remainder was spent. So about 24% saved, and 25% of the checks saved, and about 42% spent. And this compares to last year when consumers saved only 34% and spent about 29%. What is the reaction to today's news? Larry Fink, BlackRock CEO, says in an interview this morning, it's incredibly bullish on the markets, and you're right to be worried about our deficits. But I believe because of monetary stimulus, fiscal stimulus, and cash on the sidelines, earnings, markets are okay. Markets are going to continue to be strong. Wow. So let's go back to that fourth stimulus and what this means for that. Well, you know what I'm about to say. Speed. You want this bill in the Senate as soon as possible. This is what I told you about. Too much good data. Last week we had good data for jobs, PPI and CPI. And I always told you, if there's no bad data, then that's a concern. Who wants to pay what? The senators want to pay you a stimulus check to December. House members, they want to pay you a stimulus check for pandemic plus 1 year. And then who's behind this? The House members are progressives, they're junior statesmen, and the senators are elder statesmen. They are leader movers and shakers of the Democratic Party. Here's the monthly payout calculations. The House members are thinking $2,000 a month and $1,000 thereafter. The senators haven't given us the number, but look at this shocking details. Look at this amount of money. $2,000 if they got this. Oh, my goodness. In July, $12,000. This is just for a single individual, or $1,400 if it was for a single individual, $8,400. You're looking at individual payouts, people. These are individual payouts. Look at this money. They do this during the recon path. The president's not going to give you stimulus checks. The Republicans are not going to give you stimulus checks. Rather, the Democratic congressional leaders who actually do the bills, they're putting them in there as stimulus. And they do it during either the House members put it in there, or they do it during the vote-a-rama. It's just one of those days with shocking data. Now, how is this really impacting situations across the board? Here's what you need to know. Economy's booming. Economy's booming. I told you, and you don't want to wait around. There will be a slowdown later this year, but not a slowdown in terms of economic speed. A new report out today from Joseph Vornga, who is chief economist under Donald Trump's National Economic Council, says, I think that the economy is going to slow down a little bit more next year than people think, and it'll be well under 3%. So he doesn't say slow down now, but really next year. How 22 unfolds is dependent upon Congress, he says. Then everyone's expecting a turnkey economy. Really? What's a turnkey economy? And is that really not happening? Turnkey economy means you closed your door during the pandemic. You are locked down as a business. Now you're reopening your door. You're ready to go. True or false? True or false? Let me drop in the comments right now. Do you think this economy is a turnkey economy where if you shut your doors, you can just reopen your doors and restart the business? True or false? Let me see some of your comments. Here's what the analysts say. Nella Richardson, chief economist at ADP, says no. Everyone's expecting a turnkey economy. I don't think we're going to get turnkey. There's been significant scarring in the labor market. There's been damage to some consumers. It's going to take some time. The good news is we're starting to make progress now, says Jerome Powell. But I think we have to keep in mind we're going to forget those people who are left on the beach really without a job during this expansion continues. False, says Mike. Beverly says no. False, says Charlotte. False, says Barbara. G. Gordon, false. No, says Lisa. Debbie, Lavorna, Luvana, Amy, Linda, Amy, and Deborah all say false. Rhonda and Duchess say false as well. So everyone else says false. They all agree it's false. I agree with you. I agree with you. I don't think this economy is turnkey. So that is the breaking economic news to start. Wow. So let me tell you the other big news. The other big news came yesterday, late in the day. If you remember this channel, I hope you are, you got the bill. I sent you the PDF. It came from this guy, Ron Wyden. Boy, he wants to pay you $6,000. Oh my goodness. This is on top of stimulus check. This is on top of student loan forgiveness. This is on top of $12 ice cream. Well, I'm not giving you $12 ice cream. Well, this is on top of Calcino tickets to the lawn mowing games. Ron Wyden, what does he want to do? His concept is that PUA, FPUC are all going to expire in September, which they are. He doesn't want to leave you hanging. So he's coming in with an idea, and the idea is for all my PUA people, if you are unemployed now, or you do become unemployed, or you were unemployed and you become unemployed again, or you never were unemployed but become unemployed, he wants to have a PUA replacement. And that PUA replacement works as follows. Very simple. $250 a week, up to 6 months, $6,000. So he wants to have a lifetime on the books provision. It is not tied to COVID. It does not expire. That says if you are an individual who suffers economic hardship, you can get in a given year up to $6,000. So every year is another $6,000. I don't think I made that clear yesterday. It is a yearly benefit up to $6,000 every year. And so each year it replenishes itself. The concept is gig workers, independent contractors, sole practitioners, and similar do not qualify for unemployment, as you know. You get PUA because it was established as under the first stimulus package temporarily for COVID. It's going to expire and it's not going to come back. Under UI, you can't get it. UI is for a Macy's W-2 employee, for example. So the concept is, what if you're an Uber or Lyft driver? What you're an electrician or a plumber? You're a sole practitioner, a 1099. What do you get? This is what you get. Great idea. I really like it. One viewer yesterday said, when am I getting the money? Hasn't been called for a vote yet. Hasn't been called for a vote yet, but it's really incredible great news. I'll have more incredible great news about the business money that's landing, the rent, the utilities, the food, the college student aid, and also the student loan debt forgiveness, all coming up in about 60 seconds. Stay with me, and I have big news about what's coming up later today on LALATE. You're going to be surprised. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. a.m. LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE. Thank you for joining me on a Big Mornings LA broadcast. During the commercial break, someone said, what are people on SSI and SSDI getting? You're getting this. You're getting this. Forced stimulus is for everyone. Forced stimulus checks, those Democratic senators and those Democratic House members want to give you monthly stimulus checks at the end of this year. This is you. This is the biggest payout you will ever see on the history of this channel if they get it done. If it's $2,000 a month, it's $12,000 for you per person. If there's a husband and wife and you're both on SSI and SSDI, you're both getting that check times 2. So one for him and one for you. $1,400. If that's $1,400, it's $8,400. This is the biggest single payout, and they're pushing to get it done. And I've been saying, purple power, you need to push because good economic data is coming in across the board. The key issue is the recon path. The president's not going to put the stimulus checks in there, and the Republicans are not. It comes from the path of the senators and the House members putting it in. And it's important to understand that this needs to be done sooner than later. And with that, let me jump back into the live chat. Also, some people have asked what are plus-up checks, or if you missed that early in the recording, watch it. It's covered at the start of this recording. Thank you for joining me on Mornings LA for a mega dose of stimulus, financial news, and breaking economic news happening this morning. If you're just joining me, let me tell you what's going on. First, plus-up checks are going out, nearly 700,000 of them. This is for people who had not gotten their full stimulus check. It's not money plus a check. It's not $1,400 plus an extra $200. It's to bring people to total of $1,400 who had not gotten the full $1,400. Second, the new unemployment claims were released before sunrise, and they were shocking. They were the highest numbers ever, were the best numbers, the lowest new unemployment claim numbers since the pandemic started. Oh my God. The lowest continuing unemployment numbers since the pandemic started. Here we go. We're rebounding. And California and other states show a substantial drop of unemployment claims in just week to week. We also saw the new retail sales numbers, and it was even more shocking. We were down 3% last month. We're up 10% this month. And Wall Street is expecting just a growth of maybe 4 or 5%. It's just jaw-dropping. The push for forced stimulus is underway. But first, if you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. You want to be part of this channel because this is the channel that keeps you informed with accuracy, truthfulness, and informed items. I don't want to just have you sit around and say stimulus check, stimulus check, stimulus check to you're blue in the face. I want you to know how to make money. I want you to know how to be financially stable. I don't want you to be sitting back and tracking checks. This is not 2020. This is 2021. I want you to know when the economy is rebounding. I want you to be prepared to get money. I want you to be financially stable. I'm also cognizant of how you may be getting back to work, how your lifestyle may be different, how you may be going out and about. I see you on Instagram and social media. I follow you. I see you out and about and interacting. And so I've seen in recent days that a lot more of you are enjoying programming later in the day rather than in the middle of the day. And so with that, guess what? Here is the new LALATE programming schedule. The shows will stay the same as where they are, but add more new late night shows. Mornings LALATE stays where it is, noontime LALATE stays where it is, and afternoons LALATE stays where it is. And that new hit show that you're really loving is staying there. Afternoons LA, 6 p.m. show, which I think we've had 4 of them so far, 3 of them over the last 3 days. You have loved that time slot. So that is staying there. Evenings LA has been a blockbuster. That is staying there as well. And guess what? A new show for you. It's a new late night show at 10 o'clock in the former time slot for Hazard Pay and Javita Late. It's a late night financial show that keeps you laughing. It's very lighthearted. You might see surprise appearances by Javita, Sirloin, Blaine 66. Just be surprised. to just be surprised. That's our new programming lineup. Again, morning stays the same, noontime stays the same, afternoon stays the same. But we're keeping this new programming lineup that you like. You like that afternoon show at 6 and that evening show at 8. These are all East Coast times. But the new show joining the lineup, instead of Hazard Pay, is a new show daily that will keep you informed and keep you laughing. It just doesn't come with $12 ice cream. So what's going on with the other big issues today? Well, the other big issues today is that yesterday Elizabeth Warren got a major memo released. And the major memo was to see how many millions of Americans would be helped with student loan debt forgiveness being forgiven. And the data came in jaw-dropping. The new financial data which Elizabeth Warren got proved that the forgiveness of student loan debt would change this economy. If you have student loan debt, then you cannot buy a house. If you have student loan debt, you can't buy a car. If you have student loan debt, you can't start a business. But Elizabeth Warren wanted some more economic data to make the push even louder and clearer. What did the data show? Data released late yesterday showed 36 million Americans could now open a business or buy a home because of the forgiveness of student loan debt. Wow, that's a huge number. That's a really great, huge number. 36 million Americans would have stronger buying power to invest in this economy instantly with the forgiveness of student loan debt. Miguel Cardona, who's your education secretary, is set to release his memo tomorrow. I've been reporting for over a week that I think today is the day that the president's going to announce the forgiveness of student loan debt by executive order. Cardona's task has been to prepare a memo to determine whether the president can forgive $50,000 of student loan debt by executive order. Elizabeth Warren says he can. She says Obama did it. She said Trump did it. I believe she's correct, and I believe Cardona's letter is going to come back and say, you can do it, Mr. President. I've been reporting for over a week that I think today is the day he's going to do it, if not tomorrow. But boy, if it's 2 days later, who cares? It's going to get forgiven. This is really incredible. Meantime, this is separate and apart from the $1,700 of financial aid if you're a college student. Reach out to your financial advisor to get that money. And if you need money for rent, utilities, homeowners assistance like mortgage assistance or utility bills as a homeowner, reach out to your city, your county, and your state. They all have them there. In Santa Monica, actually, just last night, Santa Monica actually just sent out an email last night from their city hall that said their councilman just made an agreement on how to spend certain sums of money in the city of Santa Monica for city of Santa Monica residents for issues like what I discussed, rent, utilities. So that's just to give you a sense of the timeline. People saying, I'm having problems finding it here, I'm having problems. Understand the timeline. That's an example of where a city, they just approved where to use the money. They haven't dispatched the money. So sometimes you may have to reach out to your city manager or your city legislators to see the time frame at issue. And that's what's really important. Wow, 28 minutes already. So here is what you need to know is that in addition to all this, that EIDL grant, the remainder $10,000 EIDL grant, it's coming. And I've had a lot of viewers now get that EIDL grant invite. If you applied anytime from March to May or in the month of July, it could be coming randomly in no particular order. So watch for that invite. The Shutter Venue grant now open, the restaurant grant about to go live, and the PPP grant now reopened because of the president's executive order. There's no grant to start a new business. Meantime, what's going on in the financial markets amid this incredible great news? Well, let's look at crypto right now. Crypto shows Bitcoin up about 900 points today. It's up to about $900, up to about 62,700. Ethereum's up about 140. Oh, Canute, thank you for the dancing purple hair. Thank you, Canute, for the dancing purple hair. Bitcoin is up to up 900, but Ethereum is up 140 to. You can't see it on the graphic. It's $2,400 an Ethereum coin at the moment. It's almost 4%, whereas Bitcoin's only up about 1%. How does that compare to tech? This is what I want you to know and be informed about stuff. So if you look at what's going on with Facebook right now, it's up $5 to 308. Microsoft's up 370 to 259, and Amazon's up 39 to 3.48, 3,400. If you look at that versus Bitcoin, they're both up about 4%. And what's ironic is that tech is not as volatile as Bitcoin. So if you look at the Facebook number, that Facebook number is up about 4% currently, right now, whereas Ethereum is up about 4%, but it's Ethereum. There you go. Big, exciting news. And thank you for joining me on our new show called Coin LALATE. It'll be rejoining today's programming lineup and going over crypto following the Coinbase IPO yesterday. Thank you for tuning in and making that a hit show. I really enjoyed interacting with you on that program. And in the room, I see Jenny, I see Crayola, and there's Marie, and there's Southern, there's Ann Mudrudder, and there's Jennifer. And there we are, and away we go. Let me give you the big update if you're just joining me at the end of this broadcast. Thank you for joining me on Mornings LA. What a big day it is. Third stimulus checks of $1,400 landed on Wednesday for my veterans and for my non-veterans. The White House said in a briefing yesterday that 2 million stimulus checks were sent out yesterday for direct deposit, and only 300,000 of them were for veterans. The rest were for non-veterans. But who is the group for? The 2 million was all for people who do not file taxes and do not use the non-filer filing tool. So congratulations, you've got it. More mail checks are still coming, so stay patient. They're up to 2 weeks late. I actually have March 26 mail check people getting checks yesterday. Sending me DM. I just got it yesterday. They're coming really late. Fourth stimulus is heating up, and it's heating up with heat under its feet now with great economic news. As I said, if there's too much economic news, the heat is on to get this done sooner than later. And the great economic news hit like a brick today. First, retail sales down 3% in February. Wall Street is expecting to go up 6% today. It went up 10%. Retail sales down 3% last month, up 10% this month. Then the new unemployment claims. I still can't believe I'm even saying this. I've been with you for 40 weeks. I've never reported a new unemployment claim week less than 700,000. We were at 1.2 for ages. It came in at 575. The lowest new unemployment claims number since the start of the pandemic. Before the pandemic was 200,000 by reference point. And the continuing unemployment claims dropped nearly 1.2 million people. We're booming, folks. We're booming. Meantime, let's end with this data. This metrics that came out this morning, really strange. Number of COVID cases are now increasing 8% weekly across the country, with 71,000 new COVID cases daily, the highest number since summer of that should say summer of 2020. There's a graphic error. The highest in summer 2020. Ricardo Hernandez, thank you for the dime and lemon. I really appreciate it. So the COVID number of cases are getting extremely high. Extremely high. So it shows you really can't predict a lot of stuff. Sonia with hashtag MSC, Sonia with hashtag forced stimulus. And there's Nancy Kozaski with the dancing pear. I love that. Thank you, Nancy, with the dancing pear, and the one right before that, which was Ricardo Hernandez with the dime lemon. It's a great morning, and if you're just joining me, let me remind you about our new programming schedule. Shows will stay in the same place as they are. We have the noontime show still where it is. Let me show you the graphic. The afternoon show is where it is. But we're adding a new at late night. Let me show you the programming schedule. Morning stays the same. Noontime still stays the same. These are all Eastern Standard Times. Afternoons, 4 p.m. as well. But that afternoon show, which you've really been liking the last few days, it's now going to be a regular time slot. It's 6 p.m. It's 2 hours before evening's LALATE. And starting tonight, a new show called Late Night on LALATE, which is at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So a big new show. And with that, thank you for all the love. A lot of people in the room. And let me, just lost my place. Where am I? I'm here somewhere. I see Jim and I see Francina and I see Marilyn, Linda and Kathy and Al and Carla and Francine and Sonia Ricardo and Amy and Debbie and Jim and Crayola. And there's Ed Buckrucker and Southern RC. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. And with that, thank you for joining me on a big morning's LALATE. I will see you next at noontime LALATE in about 2 hours from now. Stay informed, stay focused. If you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Also, like this video. And easiest way to remember the programming lineup is the shows are almost every 2 hours. So that's the easiest sort of way to remember it. But Coin LALATE will slide in there somewhere as well. Stay informed, stay focused. Have a great morning and stay with LALATE for more. And thank you, Sonia, for the dancing there.